In today's video, let's see the regulation for main source of electrical power and lighting systems on ships. The information in this video is sourced from SOLAS, Chapter 2 under Regulation 41 Main Source of Electrical Power and Lighting Systems. The following regulations are application for the ships constructed from 1st of September 1984. The following subjects are covered in this regulation. First, main source of electrical power. Second, main lighting systems. Third and fourth, main switchboard. Fifth, main source of electrical power for the ships constructed on or after 1st of July 1998. And sixth, supplementary lighting in cabins on passenger ships constructed on or after 1st of July 2010. Let's see in detail. Main source of electrical power. A main source of electrical power of sufficient capacity to supply all those services mentioned in Regulation 40.1.1 shall be provided. This main source of electrical power shall consist of at least 2 generating sets. The capacity of these generating sets shall be such that in the event of any one generating set being stopped, it will still be possible to supply those services necessary to provide normal operational conditions of propulsion and safety. Minimum comfortable conditions of habitability shall also be ensured, which include at least adequate services for cooking, heating, domestic refrigeration, mechanical ventilation, sanitary and fresh water. The arrangements of the ship's main source of electrical power shall be such that the services referred to in Regulation 40.1.1 can be maintained regardless of the speed and direction of rotation of the propulsion machinery or shafting. In addition, the generating sets shall be such as to ensure that with any one generator or its primary source of power out of operation, the remaining generating sets shall be capable of providing the electrical services necessary to start the main propulsion plant from a dead ship condition. The emergency source of electrical power may be used for the purpose of starting from a dead ship condition if its capability either alone or combined with that of any other source of electrical power is sufficient to provide. At the same time, those services required to be supplied by Regulations 42.2.1 to 42.2.3 for passenger ships and 43.2.1 to 43.2.4 for cargo ships. Where transformers constitute an essential part of the electrical supply system required by this paragraph, the system shall be so arranged as to ensure the same continuity of the supply as is stated in this paragraph. Next, main lighting systems. A main electric lighting system which shall provide illumination throughout those parts of the ship normally accessible to and used by passengers or crew shall be supplied from the main source of electrical power. The arrangement of the main electric lighting system shall be such that a fire or other casualty in spaces containing the main source of electrical power, associated transforming equipment, if any, the main switchboard and the main lighting switchboard, will not render the emergency electric lighting system required by Regulations 42.2.1 and 42.2.2 for passenger ships and 43.2.1 and 43.2.2 for cargo ships inoperative. The arrangement of the emergency electric lighting system shall be such that a fire or other casualty in spaces containing the emergency source of electrical power, associated transforming equipment, if any, the emergency switchboard and the emergency lighting switchboard will not render the main electric lighting system required by this regulation inoperative. Next, the third and fourth subjects are regarding the main switchboard. The main switchboard shall be so placed relative to one main generating station that, as far as is practicable, the integrity of the normal electrical supply may be affected only by a fire or other casualty in one space. An environmental enclosure for the main switchboard, such as may be provided by a machinery control room situated within the main boundaries of the space, is not to be considered as separating the switchboards from the generators. Where the total installed electrical power of the main generating sets is in excess of 3 megawatts, the main busbars shall be subdivided into at least 2 parts which shall normally be connected by removable links or other approved means. So far as is practicable, the connection of generating sets and any other duplicated equipment shall be equally divided between the parts. Equivalent arrangements may be permitted to the satisfaction of the administration. Next, main source of electrical power for the ships constructed on or after 1st of July 1998. In addition to topics 1 to 3, with the exception of the fourth paragraph in the main switchboard, the following requirements must be met. Where the main source of electrical power is necessary for propulsion and steering of the ship, The system shall be so arranged that the electrical supply to equipment necessary for propulsion and steering and to ensure safety of the ship will be maintained or immediately restored in the case of loss of any one of the generators in service. Load shedding or other equivalent arrangements shall be provided to protect the generators required by this regulation against sustained overload. Where the main source of electrical power is necessary for propulsion of the ship, the main busbar shall be subdivided into at least two parts which shall normally be connected by circuit breakers or other approved means. So far as is practicable, the connection of generating sets and other duplicated equipment shall be equally divided between the parts. 6. Supplementary lighting in cabins on passenger ships constructed on or after 1st of July 2010. In passenger ships constructed on or after July 1, 2010, supplementary lighting shall be provided in all cabins to clearly indicate the exit so that occupants will be able to find their way to the door. Such lighting, which may be connected to an emergency source of power or have a self-contained source of electrical power in each cabin, shall automatically illuminate when power to the normal cabin lighting is lost and remain on for a minimum of 30 minutes. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this video. Please share with your friends, and subscribe to Marinora for more such videos. If you have any queries or comments, drop it in comment box.